Guys, how are you all doing? So today we'll be looking at the concept of technical analysis. Many times you hear traders talk about technical analysis. The truth is, technical analysis is actually a generic term which comprises of so many things. So on today's episode, we are going to look at those constituents of technical analysis. We're going to look at those things that constitute technical analysis. It's not just a thing. Is an accumulation of agglomeration of series of things. So we're going to look at these things that make up technical analysis. And the first thing that makes up technical analysis is the charts. We have the chart. So when it comes to the chart, you can see in this picture here, we have various types of charts. We have the candlestick charts, we have the line charts, we have the bar charts, we have the baseline, we have the area chart, and then we also have the Heikin-Ashi type of charts. And then the second thing that we have in the technical analysis is the different types of drawing tools, the different drawing tools that we use. So in terms of drawing tools, we have the one we use for support and resistance. We have the one we use to identify trend lines. And then we have the one we use to identify trend channel. So basically, these drawing tools, they are useful for identifying area of value. By area of value, I mean things like maybe the support, the resistance, and the rest of it. So you use these drawing tools to identify these different areas of value. And then we have the indicators. We have the indicators. Many people don't actually talk about it, but then when it comes to technical analysis, the need for indicators cannot be overemphasized. So they equally play a crucial role in as much as you're just trading price action. Sometimes you also need the assistance of trading indicators. So when it comes to indicators, there are just many of them. There are many types of indicators. But then for the purpose of this class, for the purpose of this course, we'll just talk about the RSI, that's the relative strength index. We have the MACD, that's the moving average convergence divergence. That's what this MACD means. And then we have the Fibonacci. We have the MA, that's the moving average. And then we have the ATR, that's the average true range. And then the fourth one we have, that the fourth constituent of technical analysis is the volume indicators, okay? For the volume, these volume indicators, they are useful for identifying the strength of the trend. Volume indicators help you to know if actually this trend that is prevailing, if it is strong or if it is weak. So volume helps you to know the strength of the trend. And then finally, you also need to know that there is a way to use these technical tools. So you don't just use them randomly. And one of the ways you can use them profitably is to know the purpose of the one you're using. Know the purpose of the technical tool you're using. Know its purpose so that you don't use the one that is for volume. You don't use it for another thing. Okay, so know the purpose of each indicator you're using. And then secondly, take what you need and discard the rest. Sometimes when you look at people's charts, you will see a lot of things are on the screen, confusing you. So just take what you need. You don't need all those indicators. You don't need tens of indicators. You don't even need more than 4 indicators on your chart. You don't even need up to 3 if you know what you're doing. Combine 2, at most 2, with your price action. That's all you need. At most 2. Then combine it with your price action. Then that's all you need to make a good trading decision. So take what you need and discard the rest. So look at this picture now. You can see this chart. See how everything is scattered. So as it is, and I can't even make anything out of it. So we are going to go to the practical section of this class. Then we'll look at how these things are used. Look at how these indicators are used, and then help us to understand them in a more better way. Okay. So for the purpose of practical, we have this GBP-JPY. We have this GBP-JPY. So what we're going to do now is that we're going to look at the various locations of these things we talked about. The first point we pointed out was the chart. So when it comes to charts, after the symbol, that's GBP-JPY, and then after the time frame, look at this thing now. This is a candle. So we identify the different types of charts. For instance, on this GBP-JPY, what we have before us is the candle charts. So we have the candle. So when you tap on it, you could see Heikin-Ashi. We talked about the Heikin-Ashi. This is, once you tap on it, you see the Heikin-Ashi will show. It looks almost like the candlestick, but it's not the candlestick. When you look at it closely, you discover that it's quite different from the candlestick. That's the Heikin-Ashi. And then we have the line charts. We have the line chart, we have the area. You click on the area, you see. So this is for the area. And then we have the rest. Just once you click on it, the different types of them will be coming up. We have the baseline. So this is actually the baseline. This is the baseline. So these are the different types of charts. And then the next point after the chart, the next thing we considered was the support and resistance, the drawing tools. The drawing tools. This is where your drawing tools are located. These things here. These are your drawing tools. We talked about, let me change it to candles. Okay, because me, when I analyze, I actually use candles. Candles are what I use for my analysis. So for the tools, for the drawing tools, they are located here. So when you tap on this first one, you can see the different types of drawing tools. We talked about trend line, we talked about trend channel, we talked about support and resistance. So these are the things that will help you to know how to identify this trend channel, this support and resistance, and the rest of. So look at it here. We have this trend line. With this trend line now, you can be able to use it to identify your support and your resistance. You can see with this trend line, I've been able to identify this is actually a support. I've been able to identify this support. So that's it. That's it. So the next ones we have in this thing is in the video we talked about is our indicators. So when you look at this place, mind you, what I'm using is TradingView, tradingview.com. So if you don't have an account, make sure you sign an account with them. When it comes to indicators, this is where we have the indicators. You click on it, click on this drop down. So whatever indicator you're looking at, for instance, we talked about, let's say we talked about MACD. Okay, you could just click on type MACD there. You see it comes out. That's moving average convergence, divergence. Click on it. MACD automatically shows on your screen. So this is the MACD. So if you understand how MACDs work, of course, we're going to still talk about them as we improve, as we go ahead in this content creation. So we're still going to talk about MACD. So if you know how MACDs work, you know what they are used for. So you can just make your judgment from this. So this is actually MACD. So this is where you get your different types of indicators. So if maybe you don't need that one, you need your Fibonacci, you need your moving average, just type here. Once you click on this drop down, you can now type whatever tool, whatever indicator it is that you are needing. And then the next one we have is the volume. The same thing, it can equally be gotten here. The volume can equally be gotten from the indicators. So when you click on this volume, see, click on the volume, it comes out. Look at it here. See the volume indicator. Let me remove this. So look at the volume here. This thing, now this is the volume. This is the volume. It tells you the strength of the move. It lets you know if this upward move is strong or if it is weak. All right, so that's just basically what I want us to know concerning technical analysis. It's not as big as it sounds. It's just a very simple thing which comprises of so many factors. All right, guys, if you like this content, kindly like, share, comment, subscribe, and I invite you to join our Telegram community where we are building a community of traders. We are building a community of traders, a community of people who are actively trading. Okay, so we share what we know, we collectively share what we know, learn from each other, and intermittently we drop signals so that we can all trade and make money together. All right, thank you for making our time to watch this, and I will talk to you guys soon. My name is Mr. Solution.